Hey, it's Universal Monster, and I'm going to do shit for an hour, I think. Hopefully. It might be too early for me because I woke up like not even an hour ago. But, this is shortly, like, next day following up my last one. I did actually, um, fix the loading thing. I'll show that off first. I changed things around a little bit also because I was thinking of enemies on the board, and the way it looks on the thing, like if I go to overworld, there's portal and then there's board menu. And the thing is, because board menu is on bottom, well, that's not entirely accurate. Like see here, this button thing appears on top of the board preview, which appears on top of the board menu, but actually I don't think I have a good example of like a counter or something. But anyway, the lower it is on the tree, it's probably going to be on top of everything, like visual layering wise, because like look at this, here's the portal, and when I click it, it makes the board menu visible, and because of that, the board menu shows on top of the portal and you can't see the portal anymore. And that's basically what I was doing before is I was just adding the square tiles as children to the board control, and so as I add them, they'd be at the end. They'd be farther down than player piece, so you couldn't see the player piece because the tiles would be on top of them. So I had code to put the pile piece on the bottom in order for it to work. But for organization purposes, because what I want is for there to be the board on the bottom, enemies to be on top of the board, and then the player piece to be on top of everything visually. I just have it to where there's now a squares node thing, and so the square tiles will be added as a child to that, so that the enemy, like when I add enemies, they'll go to the enemy pieces, they'll be a child of that, so that they have more or less their own layer, at least when it comes to this level. But I don't have the right words to like describe it accurately enough, but hopefully this this shows like my hopefully I at least explained enough so people understand like what the hell I did. But now to the saving, the loading thing. Board recreate. What is this? Okay, that's just when I press the button on player piece, the debugging option. So let me see. Oh yeah. So actually with saving, um, since since before we saved the board, all of the crap that's in board path are vectors already. So I thought to do kind of what I did for like the size of another one, and where like well, like I wanted to save the X and the Y separately, but I'm doing it by each index of the array is an array of size 2 because it has the X and the Y, and so arrays and arrays. Yo dog, I heard you like arrays. And that's actually that meme actually literally fits. But yeah, so I have it saving as just a while loop of setting up a temporary value with all of the arrays, an array of all of the arrays I'm gonna put in there for each thing in board path. And so yeah, it saves board path as ABP, which is I shorten it for a board path. But but yeah, so it saves it like that, and then let's see, settings. So when attribute is board path, it'll again get the size of the array, the full array of board path, and then a while loop where for each item, each index, it will add to board path. It'll add the vector 2 of this monstrous array within array within array within array. And so num is the index of the board path thing into JSON, and I guess it's going to be the same when we put it in anyway. And then index 0 of that index, and that should be the X, and then index 1 of the index of board path, index 1, so that like that's the Y, and then hey, we can make the board, because when we load the board path data, it's loaded as a proper vector 2 now. And so to now to show that off, so now I currently don't have a save file because I want to show it like fresh. Also, we get to see a board try to make itself. Go, 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 go! It's probably not going to make a loop. Not unless it just goes back halfway and then like immediately get itself stuck somehow, so it'd go back even farther. Looks like that's not happening. It's a decent sized board though, like dang. Okay, so this is our board. So I'm gonna click on this to save it real quick, even though just save time, because I could just roll and move across the board until I hit the end, and then when I hit the end it saves the board in its current state. But yeah, this just saves time. So now we have the board.1 or board1 JSON. It has this stuff, and I also have board type now. So it reads if the board is a loop or if it's an end. Because if it's an end, then when it loads, when it recreates, I guess I'll explain a little bit of it. We just set our starting place and convert the coordinates to like from the tile map coordinates to world coordinates. We instance a thing, which is squares. Then we add child to the squares, to the squares node. Frick. To the squares node. Okay, it goes back. Tell that square it's a beginning square, so that changes its sprite. And Acu cells, which has like the board pass to the nodes. I decided not to save those because they won't work. Because when making the board, it like deletes some pieces, and so they're like, and when we recreate the board, we're just gonna recreate the board and not the board process of creating it. So that screws stuff up, and so like I'm just gonna remake occupy cells so that we can get the proper pathing of for this recreated board, because it deals with the paths in the scene tree, and so we don't have like square 149 and then jump to square 170 when we might not have that much. And I don't know how to explain any other way. Sorry for that, I guess. But yeah, so we have our while loop where it ends when we get to the last part of the board path or whatever. Then we set the current coordinates to board path of whatever number we're on, and we get the regular coordinates of that instance again, add child, sets position, add it to occupy cells, and then the cool timer so that we can see it being built in hopefully a cool way, which we have it. Then yeah, just if board type is an N board, then the get the node, which is the last node path in occupy cells, and run the script to make it an end square. Then we do board stage 2, which is pretty much the same, just set the player to the right shit, make it to where it's safe to roll your dice, and this is where I'm gonna like spawn the first enemies of the board, hopefully, and which I don't know if I'm going to do that just yet, but anyway, now see the loading in action. If you don't remember what the board looks like, thankfully you can just like go backwards in the vid and you can see it, but I guess here it is again. Boom. Just has to remake itself once. So the board is saved and loaded, and we can move, and that's all we can do. But yeah, progress. And it does that immediately. I don't have to hit space, and oh god, I'm going to show that now, just for curiosity. I'm going to wait for it to finish, then I'm going to hit space bar and see what happens. Is it just, I assume it's just going to erase everything and then make a new board. Yay! That's exactly what happened. And we'll overwrite the other one unless I actually save it by ending new board or clicking on the... That's like... That loop is like a poorly drawn heart. Valentine's Day is 3 days away. Sure, I guess that's thumbnail material. Alright, actually, I'm gonna save this board. Yeah, I'm gonna save this board because what I was thinking before I remembered about the enemy thing, I never set my timer. We're like 20 minutes in, so let's set this to 40. Oops. But yeah, so I'm gonna get a drink first. So I didn't have much of a plan coming in, other than showing off what I've done. What I'm hoping would be a small thing I could do, and I was thinking of doing, is making it to where it might be a little complicated at first. Like, this would be better if I show it visually. But, the loop, when it's the loop, like, when it's an end board, a board with an end, It's simpler because when it gets to end, it just stops moving, saves the board as it is, then goes back to the overworld with the portal. However, with the loop, currently you can go around, which is nice, and you can pass over the starting one, the starting square. But what I want it to do is when you get back here, the starting square of the loop, it will stop you without setting the dice to 0 or whatever. It will stop you and ask if you want to leave the board or not. And if you hit yes, same thing, it saves the board. It doesn't save your dice. I don't want it to save your dice. That would be annoying going back and then like, hey, I'm moving on my own and sucker punched. But if they continue, if they say no, they don't want to leave the board, then they just continue moving. That's why I want it to happen. And so I guess I could try coding that. Though to be honest, my brain doesn't feel like it don't feel like doing much thinking. Alright, so what would be the first step? Well, there is a piece of code where it should be in the board piece. On tween complete. Where is it? I gotta see it before I can remember it, apparently. If board is not a loop. Alright, check to see if end of board, if not in a loop. So when on the last tile, if it's not a loop, it'll just set the dice face to 0 so that the thing will stop moving. Save the board, yeah, and then remove the board from the scene tree. And if board is a loop, then I set the board piece position to -1 so that it'll like +1 and then become 0, and then it's for movement, you know? So if it needs to move again, it'll be like move your current position to the position of the next board path in your way or whatever, which would be board piece position +1. And then this right here is just player piece. I don't remember what the C stands for, but it's just a vector for like the offset of the player piece so that it's always in the middle of the square and not like on the corner of it. So that's what happens. That's what happens in loop. And so like this checks if B board player position is equal to why did I do it to occupy cell's size? I could just done it to the board path size, right? Because occupy cells should be the same amount, but like occupied cells is just the board path. It's not the actual, well, the node path. Okay, that's screwing with my brain because the other array is called board path, and that has the frickin' coordinates, the frickin' position coordinates. But occupy cells has the node path names, I guess. Strings. Strings would be better because node names is probably something different. Oh my god. Okay. I'm going to change just to board path. I think that might help my brain a bit more. Because if we're dealing with the last tile, then I'm going to look at board path and be like, oh yeah, the array of tile positions, I guess. But if yeah, this makes sense because we're trying to get the node, which requires a node path string. End tile equals true, which is a variable in the squares. Wait a minute. This isn't right. Let's highlight this and see if there's anything. Well, no, it's not in board piece, but I guess I will. Where is it? Board tile. It's false. Loop start state. So if state equals n, then it changes the texture and makes end tile true. That's only if it's an end. So I kind of screwed up. I kind of screwed up because. Oh wait, no I didn't. Derp. If board is a loop. Okay. Alright, I thought like all of the code is within here. But no. This code is within if we're on the last tile. Okay. Alright. I thought the loop thing only activated with the when there's end tile or whatever. I screwed up. So what? I'm gonna pause it right now because things are happening. I'll come back. All right, I've done a couple things. So, and I had time to think. So, what I want is for it to stop when it goes to the starting square. So after it has moved there, so when the tween is complete, what we usually do after it stopped moving is put board piece placement to +1, -1 on the dice face, and if dice get frame not equal to 0, yeah, the dice frame can't be -1. Dice face 1 is frame 0, so like the dice with 1 dot on it. Only change frame if not 0. Yeah. So here we're actually changing the actual frame. But if we have, I don't remember how dice face works. I think I don't know if I care to go on a tangent. Is there a yield? Oh wait. This is literally, all of this is in the tween complete thing. Wow. I don't know if I should go back to bed or not. So all of this is literally in the thing. So but this checks off when it's on the last tile. I want it to happen when it's not on the last tile. I need this to happen so that it can actually move to the starting tile. Well, this is on tween complete, so it only, like, this whole function only occurs after it has moved. So I guess I can just check to see if the current board piece position is 0, is the starting, especially after we've added 1 to it, or we've put it as -1. So if it's not 0, then it won't. This piece won't do it. Won't fire. So it should be pretty simpler. Yes, simpler. To just be like, if board piece position is equal to 0 after the tween has completed, then okay. Let me just zoom in on the code. Way down here on the bottom. Okay, so now what do we have tight? I assume that we're going to have to yield. We're going to have to have a little menu thing popped up. And then yield for response or something. Currently pass. So I have 22 minutes. I don't know if I'll get to it right now. Like, I don't know if I have enough time to make a thing and then make the code. I think I can at least make the thing. So where should I put it? Is it, can I assume, I guess I can put it in player piece. Add child, sprite, and make it, but if no. I need to put it in, board control, because if I put it in player piece, then the menu will move around as it'll just move around because the player piece, because its parent is moving around. That sounds a little funny. All right, let me see. What do I name this thing? Something menu. I don't want it to be starting menu because that's vague enough to confuse me. Because other things can start and stuff. Starting tile leave. Starting tile leave menu. And then in player piece, on ready var starting tile leave menu equals get parent, get child, not get child, get node. That's why I was asking for a frickin' index. This thing. So, just so I can remember that I have that up there, I'll say stl menu dot set hidden to false, so it's not hidden no more. And then comment here, check if on start tile to give option to leave. Okay, so I'm not gonna toggle visibility right now because I need to see it in order to make the thing. Oh boy, okay. Let's oops. Use snap. Don't show the grid so I can know where, see the faint purple lines so I can have an idea where the middle is. Actually, yeah, okay. I don't know how the final product will look, or how to set it up so that it'll be better so it'd be easier for me to do the final product. However, screw it. We need something. We need something to work from. So I should at least have like a little label thing that asks to leave or something. Have button get into the frickin' thing. Can I add another child node? Okay, can we add another button to the right place? Frickin' wanker. The text will be yes, and the font will be 30. Where's the font? Oh, okay. You can't see what I'm doing right now. So bloop. Okay. There it is. There's font. All right. So font 30. Put in there. Use. And be like bam. Button 2. Button 2. There's the font. Okay. Put the text as no. Okay, so let's space them out so people don't frickin' accidentally hit the wrong ones. And now we're gonna name this yes but and unpopular no but. I'm mature, okay? I'm an adult. I'm 30 years old. Okay, all right. How much time do I have? 13 minutes. Add child. Probably label, right? Some kind of label. I don't know about rich text label. I don't know if that's needed. All right, so the text, the font, let's do 30. And then put the text. Do you want to leave? Yeah, it should be good enough. It should be good enough. However, there we go. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. All right. Let's see how it looks. Let's see how it looks. Oh, okay. I'm still on monitor. Give me that. New game. Load the heart. Now I'm gonna have to move my butt. Traveling the heart. Are we there yet? No? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Yeah, you can tell I have no idea how to feel the dead air. My brain doesn't either, because my brain just, it half wants to go back to sleep. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. So if I coded if my calculations are correct, it should just flash the menu, and then and it'll continue going. Yep. Oh. Yeah, it's still hard to read. It's still hard to read. Okay. Progressio to the max. Okay. I'll put label up here. Okay, so pictures, default. I have these as like placeholder things, so attach our child sprite, I guess. label. Oh, that's how you spell label. Label BG. And then for the texture, pix, we'll just use this. Oh, it's supposed to, yeah. Good enough. So, let me see. I have 8 minutes left. So, I don't really, I guess I could try to, oh my god, I'm gonna have to wait and move on the board again, but I might have 5 minutes time to code like some kind of stop moving thing. I don't know. I don't know how simple or complex it'll be. I don't know if I'll show it off next time either. I'm not sure. I want to not be obligated to show what I have unless I want to. So it might be unfortunate, but I don't plan like. Okay, hold up. Yay! The buttons do nothing. I want to go behind the thing just because I can right now. He disappeared. He disappeared. Where is he? Where is he? I can't see him. I can't see him. No. Okay, there he is. All right. So yeah. To be honest, I think that's all for my brain right now. Oh my god. You're gonna have to go to voicemail. I have like 6 minutes left. What the hell just happened? Okay, yeah, I don't, if shit's just gonna happen and my brain can't process it, then I don't think it would be good for me or the people watching for me to try and come up with code to stop it right now, to stop the square from moving when the menu is up. But so I guess that gives me like 5 minutes to just talk about shit. Yeah, around 5 minutes. So like when it comes to these game dev videos, I like I want to say the purpose of them, like the purpose of these videos in general is just like how I keep saying them at the beginning, is just me doing shit for an hour. So it's just to have like a little something for myself that people, I guess, are invited to watch and like see what I was up to or whatever. And hopefully I can like connect with people or something through the videos, I guess. When it comes to game dev ones like of this project, which I don't even know if I'm going to like finish or not, but I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me much if I'm not worried about trying to get it finished, if that makes sense. It's just working towards something that I want to exist for myself, but I don't know how to accurately say things, because in the past I've definitely had times where I don't actually want to do game dev. I just want to play the game that I'm making, and the game's not there yet. So in order to play that game, I'd have to make it first, and I don't want to make it first, you know? It's more of, I have a cool game in my head I would like to play, and I don't want to do work to possibly play it in the future. I want to play it now. And I've definitely been in that headspace before, where and it's a bit stressful, because every like little thing that goes wrong is like, oh, another little thing that gets in the way of me playing the game that I want. And then it's like the whole game dev experience is just frustrating and makes me really, and stressful, and makes me really not want to do it. So I try to stay away from like, so I don't do that, so game dev doesn't become like that. I want it more as just a kind of fun pastime to fuck around with and incrementally see a game being made. Cause I know, like, when I first started out, like, seeing the shit you make like actually like work and become real and shit, like seeing a board being saved and recreated, like, that shit's kind of cool. And I don't have to code for it to do that every time now. Because it is kind of like a pipe dream, you know? Like, I don't know the best way to describe it, but like how I understand like the whole pipe dream thing is where you have to do a bunch of work with little to no reward or whatever, and then once you're there, you don't have to work anymore and you just get the reward or whatever. And it's like turned from like a story about like, you know, the water piping system, instead of people like getting buckets and taking water from like a river or lake or some body of water so that they'd have water for their houses. Someone over a long amount of time makes a pipeline, and there's like, I don't know, like a year or so, like any amount of long time where like their work on the pipeline does not do anything because it's not finished yet. And then once it's finished and working, then you know, the pipeline works, and you don't really you don't need to work on it at all except maintenance, and it does shit for you. And so that's kind of like a pipe dream or whatever. Like, that's the idea of it. And so I don't have to code in like saving the board every time because it's already coded and it's already working, like the movement and shit. And it's kind of like, whoa, that like the work that I did has led to this shit. So now it's just a thing that can happen when I press the roll dice button. It do what it's supposed to. And that's nice. I might have gone a bit off topic. I forget what topic even was. But I guess the main point that I was trying to make was like, what I want this video to be, I guess, these working on this game dev project of mine. So these aren't like tutorial videos, or else I would try to make them more professional and fail at it, but so I don't, they really don't make sense to be like tutorial videos for people to like follow along and learn and be able to like make a thing or something. And I want to say that maybe it could be like just a look into the unedited process of trying to do game dev, which I don't know how many people would actually be interested in that kind of content, but that's not really the purpose for me. But people could use that as like a look into it or something. But or like the narrative of like me working on this project is interesting to them or something. Maybe. I don't have my videos numbered though, so oops. Like but I'm not going to put effort into it unless people want me to. But if anyone wants me to like make a playlist or something, then I could make a playlist of in order these game dev videos. Most of the do shit for an hour videos is just me working on this project. But also like, so if people want like the whole back-to-back narrative or some shit, they can ask for like a playlist, and I'll make a playlist and have it in the description or something. anyway, but yeah, like this tangent or whatever has just been kind of like to explain, or I don't know if justify is the right word, but the thing about not showing off little code and stuff that I do for like not major things, because I'd like to encourage people like think and come up with it themselves. But that, like, I don't even know if that's even necessary, because fucking this isn't a tutorial series. Nobody's gonna be copying my code. Like, the only reason it exists is the idea that people might like watch the video and be like, huh, that's kind of cool. I kind of want to do my own spin of this or some shit, of maybe a certain section or some shit. Besides, they're probably like, if they're going to do that, they're probably going to have to think anyway to like tweak shit in order to make it work in the way they want it to. So I don't know. I guess it's just like my brain or mindset being all like, most videos, like, I don't know, since it's the same project, it has to be like a narrative or something, or like back to back. It doesn't have to be back to back. But I'm kind of dumb anyway. So it's been an hour. I've been talking long enough. Come on, brain work. Outro, right? So I appreciate comments. So if you have any comments about like things you liked or something, don't be afraid to leave them down below. And in the description, if you for some reason want to like send a couple bucks my way because you like enjoyed content, then there'll be a Ko-fi link down in the description where you can like donate a couple bucks if you want to. And I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.